Hello. We are once again sculpting on the hilarious House of Frightenstein. Count Frightenstein!
He's looking pretty good, I think.
He looks okay. Still spotting little adjustments that are needed. His chin is too long.
Does it?
It does.
Okay.
It's
I concur, Joffrey.
It's because the mouth is open in the one we used for the initial reference.
Yeah.
So that lowers
That's what I've
the-
got up on the...
Yes.
Is that okay for the reference for you? Or, you know?
That is probably not the reference that I'm using anymore, but
Okay. Is it this?
no.
Okay. Is it
No, Igor, come on. Get your shit
I
together.
don't... Is it this? No. No. Is it this?
No, Igor, come on.
Well, I don't know what you're using. Also, give me the that thing, yeah.
Get your shit together.
How am I supposed to know what you're using?
What? You watched the show?
Huh?
You watched the show. It's never a reasonable request.
Nice. Fair.
You may not have that one yet. I'm gonna be bouncing around for reference anyway, so you can probably just pick whatever.
I don't think you gave me that.
Probably did.
Turd?
I feel like gaslighting Igor was a pretty major, it's a pretty major plot point for the show.
Mm-hmm. Am I Igor today?
You be Igor every day.
Have I?
My useful assistant. Beginning to get towards the more tool.
Part three is first, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. We started on Tuesday. So we are getting into the part of the sculpture where it's adding in or defining some of the slightly more subtle traits. Well, I'm just refining like the shape of the nasolabial folds, the starting to get the exact shape of the mouth for the particular expression I'm working with. Which, if you're working from a reference where you're the one that you were using for measurement, was the like the only image, like especially if you were doing a drawing or a painting or something like that, you could continue to use the calipers to check things, but now that we're not using that original reference anymore, these things don't necessarily work. Although they're still close-ish, it looks like, weirdly enough. Usually you'll find some stuff that's pretty far, yeah, like that's very far off. And it's because of the angles and things.
Look at the angles?
If you're using the calipers along a rounded shape, you kind of, what you're actually trying to measure is this imaginary distance, sort of between here and between, well, try and do this with the camera.
Yeah. Good call.
So if I was trying to use, that's not even the reference I'm using. So if I was trying to do a reference across like between his cheeks there, the easiest way to do it is looking relatively straightforward. You can just kind of measure it. As it moves in space, you're trying to measure some sort of weird imaginary distance. So right now it kind of looks like the calipers are lined up in the camera, but there's all this space in here.
Okay.
And it's because of the curvature of the mouth sort of gets in the way to measure stuff straight across. So they do have their limitations with sculpture, but still useful for getting your initial shapes in. But when it comes to like painting and drawing, you can pretty much just measure. Once you're into sculpture, you end up doing a little bit more inference. But it's really just about looking at looking at what you've got and making changes and fixes until it matches what you want to see. I do wish I could definitively say how useful anatomical knowledge is.
You're never gonna be able to go back in time and
No,
unlearn.
I can't unknow the stuff. And it certainly,
I think it's important simply because, like, when you look at stuff, if you don't know the anatomical, like, the actual knowledge behind it, you start making things up. And you might be able to get away with it for the most part, but
well,
every once in a while you're gonna have some, like, know-it-all douchebag.
well, it
He's
is.
gonna call you on it.
It is certainly
Or-
useful if you do have to make things up. If you don't have reference for
Yeah.
something,
That too.
filling in.
Know the rules before you try and break them.
Yeah, being able to fill in some stuff. Without having reference is it's helpful in if you're doing character design stuff, especially. No.
Oh.
Never put your tools away.
Oh, bullshit. I do too. Really?
I'm pretty sure I put away whatever I found.
Okay.
Why, was something in the wrong spot?
Yes.
Did you not put your tool?
I usually put my tools away.
Never happens.
Does too. Boundaries.
Something, don't you slanderize me.
What?
Something, don't you slanderize me.
Yeah.
do feel like I can say one thing for certain about studying anatomy.
What?
Don't do it the right way, you get some really, really unusual.
If you don't do the studying right way?
Yeah,
Okay.
some unusual ideas. Number of times I've seen people referring to anatomy as if it was some kind of like that rules.
Like a body is 7 heads tall?
Yeah, you get the idea that, there are certain proportions that are just, those are just the proportions. And I've heard it from all kinds of people. Like people who are starting out and they've got a couple of anatomy books that they've been referencing, right up to professionals that have been working for a good long time at a really high level.
Mm-hmm. If there was somewhere that did life drawing in the area, would you want to go?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. What if it was Narragansett?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's a bit far, but there's a lot of time involved. And stuff like that.
Because like this does the life drawing, right? At a couple places, one of them is it's called the pump house up in Maryland Lake.
Yeah, I know Reese does the. My friend Reese sits for life drawing as a model.
You have to be a member to do that. Probably one of those like you have to pay for food on it.
I don't know.
Probably. Usually always go.
Yeah, life drawing is good practice. And it is something good to keep up with. Highly, highly recommended if you are a student looking to start some sort of an art program. Colleges and universities really love that stuff.
I'm doing life drawing before you go to college.
Yeah, if you have to do a portfolio review for entrance, or even if it's not necessarily something that you have to do, but you can do as part of your entrance exam stuff to see whether you get into the college. I mean, I have to assume that's still a thing up here, right? You guys do have college acceptances and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you do have some different systems.
We do, but I'm not going to say how great they are, but I did have to, like, when I went to school, I did have to apply, submit a portfolio. Not always.
Well, I know where I taught at UB, the portfolio requirement for entrance for the art school was dropped at one point.
Yeah.
I think you still could, submit some of that as part of your entrance, but you didn't have to do a portfolio review until after your second semester, I think. It's either the second or first semester.
Okay.
And you had to keep a reasonable GPA in all of your classes and a slightly higher GPA in your major. You know, within classes in your major. Which, you know, I think that's good and bad.
Needing to have higher GPA in the major?
No, having your not having to have a portfolio review part of your entrance. Because it isn't necessarily. Ooh, cheap viewers.
No. Climactic. No.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you're in the art program, so you're expected to show a portfolio for the thing that you're supposed to be learning. You show proof that you know how to do the thing that you're signing up to
I
learn.
don't think that's what the portfolio is for.
I don't think that's what the portfolio is for.
Getting into college, yeah.
When I was applying for colleges, initially, I did apply for some, or look into some, a little bit more competitive ones. So
Yeah, okay.
it was definitely
Also, to be fair, it depends on which college
yeah.
or university you're like.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, Canadian universities that are, like, competitive.
Okay.
Well, there has to be some. I just don't know them.
Yeah, well, it's different programs, different. It depends what you're into,
Yeah.
obviously. If you're speaking like arts, then for universities, I have no idea. Colleges, well, at least it used to be Sheridan. NASCAD, OCAD.
Don't know them.
Those are, NASCAD is the Nova Scotia. Shit. Art. City. College of
Art and design,
Art and design?
probably.
Yeah, probably. And obviously, okay, Ontario.
I'm guessing that's in Toronto or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Hold up. Something about me tells me I'm wrong. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's in Toronto. Okay. That's university. Discussions. Oh, that's university. Okay, well, I guess that answers that.
Well, I mean, if it has a graduate program, which I would imagine most of your major art schools are going to have.
Mhm.
That it's a university.
Okay.
Well, that's one of the things that makes a university and not a college.
Okay. I would think calling it a university would make it a university, but you know.
Yeah, but you can't just. I was going to say you can't just
I know
call
it's not.
something a university and then it just sort of is, but I'm pretty sure Trump University. A university is something that has multiple schools.
Okay.
So like a school of art and design, a school of dentistry, a school of
Well, they're colleges.
New. It must have. It's got different programs, but not different. Not whole different schools.
Okay.
It's mostly about the administrative and teaching instructors.
I don't feel like we're going to get into the weeds on the subject that I have little knowledge about.
Uh-huh. It's been a hot minute since I had to.
Yeah, also that. Why are we doing?
Well, because if you have a graduate school,
Why are we talking about graduate school?
well, initially we were talking about portfolios
Right.
for getting into schools.
Right. Okay, yeah. So keep in mind, I never applied for college or universities. I only applied for college.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily to apply for university. But for college, it felt like they just specifically the colleges that I went to.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them potentially lowered expectations. Not all of them, some of them.
Lowered
And
expectations.
I know
College.
the rumors were like they let a bunch of people in
Uh-huh.
because they want the money for it, and then people just fail out.
Well, that
So if you make it to like getting in doesn't really mean anything on whether or not you're qualified to actually be there. It's making it out the other end. Does that make sense?
It's kind of a corn-based. Separate the corn from the softer vegetables.
Sure. If you are a poop corn, then you've made it, baby.
I think that's somewhat common for all schools. They sort of expect a certain retention rate.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes,
and it's never going to be 100%.
I mean this more as like it was the not.
They'll take
maybe the main goal.
They'll take any warm body, but
yeah, they'll take anybody. So the portfolio I think is more make sure you're not just a complete pod, or at least make it look like they're trying to, not get complete pods. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean,
like I can tell everybody there's a bunch of hoops to jump through to get in, and then it looks like I'm doing something special.
well, art programs can be surprisingly tough. A lot of people don't think about it as a particularly rigorous discipline within a university system, but for the most part, art students are doing the same or more work than most of the other programs. I think med school might still be an exception.
You think med school might be harder than art school?
I think med school, they're meaner to them.
I mean, they are for sure.
I don't know. I'm sure it hit some competitive art schools. Things are less cool. I went to nice schools. Where I went to school, most people were cool. Didn't get too many jealous types messing with people's assignments and stuff like that, which I know people who that happens to from graduate school. Can't say it never happened where I went to school. If it did happen, it didn't happen to any of the people that I really knew.
Right.
Most of the more dedicated art students wouldn't have messed with somebody else's work. Partially because there's no point. It's not like you get,
If the other person gets less points, you get more points.
You don't get more points if someone else gets less. We used to generally be a fairly cooperative bunch. Grad school's even better. We were much busier, so we didn't necessarily do quite as much collaborative stuff, but yeah, if someone had a project that wanted something out of discipline, you could definitely ask your classmates for a hand. I'm not even sure it would have necessarily occurred to us to say no. Well, because it was never like, can you do my homework for me? It was more, I want to do this project thing, and I don't know how to cast. I don't know how to cast silicone stuff, or I don't know how to cast in rubber. Or I don't know how to build a stretcher. And it was usually, that sounds like a cool thing. Let's do that. I used to have project critiques quite often. And I don't think I ever remember one of those being anything but positive, helpful type criticism. If there was criticism. Yeah, if there's ever criticism, it was generally more, and you don't get what you're trying to do with this explain. We'll talk this thing through so that you can make it read. Which is actually an extremely useful skill set. You must have had similar things when you were in school. Possibly with more mixed groups.
Yep.
So occasionally, instead of, no, I don't understand what you were going for, let's try and work through it. And to, I don't understand what you were going for. I'm not sure you do either.
Yes.
What were you taking at the time? Just how drunk were you when you made that? I did have that when I was teaching.
What?
A few student assignments where it was like, you were very high when you did this.
Oh wait. I mean, not with me, but not naming any names, but
You were clearly
one of my friends.
out of your mind when you did this.
But she was more encouraged to do it more because it helped her loosen up.
Oh God.
This is like specifically.
I don't think life drawing high would be beneficial.
Why not?
Well, the measurements and things are not going to be quite as easy to do. You lose a bit of mechanical coordination when you're high.
Yep.
That's kind of a big factor in observational drawing. To quote Otto, call them fingers, but I've never seen him think. What are my hand parts up to right now? Stage of, of being high is not going to be helpful for painting or drawing.
Yes, let's say you're a chronic overthinker who gets lost in the weeds of trying to like measure everything and get into the tiny details rather than relax. Like even if you're doing like the little 5-minute sketches or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't necessarily matter whether you have good measurements. Correct.
The way I used to paint and draw, I actually think the 5-minute ones would have been harder to deal with. Impaired.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, okay, but this is you though.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is you.
This is true. No, I remember when I was teaching figure drawing, I used to teach figure drawing without timers some of the time. Because I did encourage people to treat a short pose essentially the same as a longer pose.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're getting those initial big gestures and proportions started in the first very short period of time, and then refining them over time, rather than do a half-assed job on short poses and only start paying attention on the longer ones. Which does seem to be the primary takeaway from people who learn just doing we're doing 2-minute warm-up drawings for the first 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. not paying attention to the first 15 minutes then. I think the short warm-up drawing model came from very much the same place as the 7 heads tall kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said it at some point, and it sounded good. Seemed like a thing that you might do. And it just got repeated. It looks pretty silly to just throw fangs in there on top of teeth, but
What you doing anyway?
I'm doing it anyway. Teeth are kind of an interesting teeth are an interesting part to sculpt, because I find that there's almost 2 distinct ways that I approach them, depending on which kind of sculpture I'm doing.
Okay.
If I'm doing a monster where I'm just kind of making it up as I go along, just figuring it out,
Mm-hmm.
I will tend to kind of make teeth and plant them. Whereas if I'm trying to do something like this, where I have a set specific thing in mind, something that I can work from reference, I build the teeth much more as a kind of units of things. So I'm not not sticking in individual teeth and going, oh, how does that look? Kind of building the teeth. In terms of the overall shape of the sets of teeth and things. And it's much more difficult to try and put in individual teeth and have them match something. So I want to make sure that like these canines fall in the right position. And the relationship of like the upper and lower teeth. Sort of becomes much more important than the individual teeth.
Pain.
Oh, what up, Pain? How's new kitties?
Yay, new kitties.
That's okay.
No worries. Peanut butter toe.
They're letting you interact with them a little anyway.
I stole his phone. Well, just because we did it at the shelter doesn't mean they're going to continue to get along with each other. As we've learned. With ours, anyway.
If they don't get along with each other immediately,
Oh, that's good.
give them a minute, they'll work it out.
Oh, do they have names? What'd you name them? I'm assuming you didn't keep their names from before. Wait, what? Neo and Tomo?
I mean, it's got to be something we related.
What's that from? And which one's Neo and which one's Tomo? I don't know that. Okay.
Now, the internet has led me to believe that anyone that has a pair of cats has one perfect princess that's never done anything wrong.
Tomoe.
and one convicted felon.
Seamus is the convicted felon. That would make Potato a perfect princess.
Yeah. Perfect little angel who's never done anything wrong.
I suppose. Tomoe. Is it just hisses though? It's not like actually swatting or anything? Yeah, okay, fair.
Hissing
Cool.
is a weird behavior in cats. Sometimes that's got nothing to do with aggression. Sometimes it's about them just not being socialized with many other cats. Because most kittens will go through a period where they'll hiss and spit. For like no reason. And some cats just never really grow out of it. Because no one ever taught them right. Yeah. It very much is a kitten behavior. Especially if they're doing it at like toys. They're like Seamus, where they'll occasionally hiss when they've had enough petting.
If I dare to laugh.
Or they wish you to stop doing that thing that you're doing. Yeah, if they didn't have cat socialization, I mean, some cats are just uppity, like Seamus. She's very feral. That cat was definitely a feral kitten, but she's also very, very people-centered for a feral. She may have. I think that cat spent her first 2 or 3 days here sleeping on me at night.
Not you, somebody else.
Well, because she couldn't stand to be unhandled for the first couple of days. Then she got over it. Just wouldn't settle at night. But that could have very well been a very recent abandonment issue. I suspect her mom cat just was kind of a hard wiener. We're not. No one has anything to say about hard wiener.
Nope.
We're just gonna let that one go.
Yep.
All right. Nope. Seamus was definitely old enough to have been weaned. So I don't think she was an abandoned kitten per se. She just had a mom cat that was like, done with milk? Get out.
Something could have happened.
I doubt it.
Okay.
You would have found the rest of the cats. Seamus definitely wasn't the only one in the litter.
So what, you think she just specifically kicked Seamus out?
No, I think she specifically kicked all the kittens out.
Okay, but then why wouldn't we have found the other cats then?
She could have kicked them out as she kind of moved around. They followed her for however far they followed her. I can imagine 6 of those, yes. Yeah, no, cats generally, it's not like the mother cat like stays put and the kittens wander off.
Yeah.
The mother cat just stops coming back to wherever she's nursing the kittens.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they follow her for a ways and get lost as they, or get left behind as they get left behind. Kind of the usual method for mother cats. But some of them wean the babies pretty slowly, and some of them not so much. Now what did you do? Really?
I dropped my tool, and then I went to catch it, and then that happened.
You just finger fuck that piece of pottery.
I did.
All right.
Fine. Fine.
Wouldn't be one of yours if it didn't have some
I
It
like
didn't
to
have some
post
claw
that, like,
marks.
typos are our brand.
They certainly are.
Nail gouging in mugs is mine. That's annoying because I was done. I was about to put a stamp on it. So I'm thinking some of these are going to be mothballs.
Mothballs.
The colorful moths.
I know. Is it interesting music?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Maybe. I grabbed a couple new songs because I was bored of listening to the same stuff over and over again. Hard getting like suitable doc royalty free audio kind of stuff.
I mean, maybe. Wouldn't be the first surgery inspired sculpture I'd done. Yeah, he's getting there. Gonna have to do a lot of fiddling on the cape and collar, I think. Yes, I'm gonna have to make some decisions about how I want to approach his collar area. Yep, that would it wouldn't even make it out of the molds, let alone be reasonable for anyone to have to handle. Yep. Yeah, even if I wanted to go the route of molding it as a whole separate piece, that would be extremely delicate. So we will be assuredly making some decisions. I may try a somewhat cartoonishly small body caricature kind of thing. It's not exactly in line with the tone of the show, but it's not a million miles off. But I think the first thing I'm gonna try is keeping keeping it a bit accurate, just plain truncating it. See if it kind of still, yeah, I mean, it's slapsticky comedy. It's got that kind of, well, it's retro now because it was contemporaneous at the time, but the Rat Fink custom culture that idea of the big head on the caricature, usually on a dune buggy or surfboard, that has an origin, and it's not too terribly far off from when the show was made. Or a motorcycle, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would definitely be a thing. That would have been possible to see at the time. I forget the name of the artist that did the famous Rat Fink. What's a name for those? The pop-eyed, hyper-detailed monster things.
it doesn't let me look it up.
It's not terribly important. I just
Did I?
yeah, they made. I mean, it was sort of a part of the. Oh yeah, Ed Ross. It was sort of a part of the car culture. Yeah, thank you, Payne. I mean, they have a Wolfman Jack caricature on the show. It's a pretty bald-faced caricature too. So the big head version would not be. Yeah, the DJ. Yep, it's a very direct kind of caricature reference. It would definitely make sense to do. But I think I want to try. Try this first and just see how it kind of looks. bit of an oversized bow tie. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe it is in some shots and not in others. I'm trying to figure out what precisely Count is wearing. It looks like in at least some episodes. Yeah, he's got shirt collar points, and he does have a bow tie in some, and some he doesn't. I have no idea what his medallion is. I spent quite a while when I was doing my initial research trying to find pictures of it or going through the show and getting a clear enough image of what's on that medallion thing. But good news is that would be way down further than I need to worry about, so I don't need to know what it is.
Some kind of heart.
It's a heart shape, but there's something in it, and I don't know if it's a bat or like a lion or a dragon. It's very unclear. It might be a little bat. Like, it would totally make sense if it was a little bat, but I could not for the life of me find an image either on the internet or from the show that was clear enough to figure out what that thing was. But like I said, good news, I don't need to know what it is. I would have to size that down several times. I should probably try and reduce that. Remember the pull we made from Payne's old vintage rubber bat toy?
Yeah.
The bat butt mug.
Yeah.
That we've done. It's a little large, the bat butt.
It is.
And it,
I don't mind how big it is.
no, I don't mind it, but it could be smaller. And it's really not difficult to size down.
You can just pull it, bake it.
Yep, you pull it, bake it, pull it, bake it. As many times as is required to get to the size you want.
Not that big.
Depends on how small you want it. I've done that with my signature stamp. think I've done a couple of iterations down in scale. Let's see. Maybe. It is a mystery. No, the best image I have of it is only partial. It actually just kind of looks like a cross on a shield kind of thing. but it doesn't matter. I don't need it. I know one thing I am going to try. Just for the giggles of it, is sculpting the eyebrows. To look the way the eyebrows sort of painted on to indicate.
What?
So the eyebrows are painted to kind of indicate big bushy pointy brows without there being big bushy pointy brows.
Okay.
So I'm going to try some big bushy pointy brows
Instead of painting
as
on.
if they were actual brows.
Okay.
Just see how that looks.
Okay.
I suspect that I will end up just demarcating them very gently to make it easier to paint them on in a way that matches.
Makes sense.
But I want to try this version. So I actually think just kind of really roughing it in that this collar might not be the problem I've been thinking it was going to be.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of the tiny hat phenomenon again. I'm getting a bit of the sense of the big swoopy collar
Mhm.
without having it have to be that big and swoopy. Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's wrong. It still looks kind of ridiculously big. I think if I just come to a good corner on it. Even having it kind of filled in, which will actually be quite nice in terms of mug, because it'll give us a nice, thickened area here, and you often have kind of the spindly neck of the mug means it doesn't hold anywhere near as much. So I'm thinking, as long as it comes to a really good point, it might not look half wrong. Starting to get toward the end of your handle making rope.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think maybe. Go. I think that problem may not be as big of a problem as we thought.
That's good.
I want to kind of think about the shape. Look, and I've just cut through.
Gasp.
I know, weird, isn't it? That never happens.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it was hollow down there. Wait. Never mind. See, I don't. Unfortunately, we do not have space to give it the sort of pedestal treatment, but set up. That's still very soft and squishy. Have some nice asymmetry in the color going on. Yeah, it feels silly enough without having to be ginormous. Yeah, it's good that you concur. Sometimes you can trick yourself. Get that huffing that copium and think you're going to get away with something. I think you're getting away with something and you're not. Yeah, it doesn't feel anywhere near complete, but do you think I might want to make sure that it doesn't go out? This color is very angular. It's very straight.
Do a test on this one.
Test?
And I'm going to stamp it with like paint. So that way I can stamp across here.
Don't stamp it. Where your hand goes, you mark your knuckles on that. That'd be annoying. Do you want to show the internet? Yes, we do have 14 minutes. What you're considering? Like we're talking about copium, you just don't want to put that handle on it. Here, hold on to this for a second, would you? Do you have any of your stamps down here? You don't. Rehandling some mugs. Or handling some mugs. And you want to do you have any idea what text you want to put on it? Or
might be elbows up. Might be elbows up.
You're going to elbows up it?
The entire thing.
Just elbows up,
or
elbows up.
I might do one really long book. So F, and then a whole whack of U's, and then CK.
Yes.
But if I
kind of want to see how those stamps look.
What?
Just the individual like stamp portion. You have your letter stamps. We haven't even tried those on clay.
No, they're really tight. Yeah.
They're quite small, but anyway.
They're meant for impressing into
leather, I think. No?
Like metal pendants. You know how everybody kind of got into like metal stamping for like 5 minutes there?
I didn't know everyone got into metal stamping for 5 minutes. No, they're not like letterpress at all. They're
I could, you know what, I could go get one.
Yeah, go get one.
I could probably. Do you want him back?
Yeah, I want him back. And you can take this. Probably won't make it. You've got like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not letterpress. They're steel. One letter on a little stampy post thing. At least I think they're steel. Honestly, I didn't look too hard. They'll certainly be durable enough to make impressions in clay, but they're quite small. But what we were discussing is whether or not putting little stamp sections inside the handle of a mug, like on the body but inside where the handle would go, would make a rough patch that you wouldn't want to interact with your fingers.
I don't know where the numbers are.
You don't know where the numbers are? You don't need the numbers. Let's see what they look like. We haven't even tested. We can test them. Where is the
They're super tiny.
Okay.
They're tinier than I'd like. But that's what happens when you press stuff on box.
That. It's a lowercase f too. That doesn't help us. So they're very small. They are pieces of steel meant to be hit with a hammer. Oh, that does make a lovely, clear impression, though.
No, I want to do it like on the body of the mug. So I wouldn't be doing it on the handle at all. It's just the handle would kind of get in the way.
Yeah.
If I wanted to do that space underneath the handle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so imagine if you had it imprinted along here. If I'm not
just with
find
how
the
tall they are,
letters.
It would be hard to get it under the handle.
Yeah, you'd never get them under the handle, but then the handle goes across like this.
Yeah, but
they're not much.
It's gonna be glazed.
That makes it worse. I wouldn't want to reach in and have my fingers come in contact with that surface.
I don't think it would though.
I don't know. Everybody's got different sized fingies.
and it would glaze.
I don't like
I don't see how that would make it worse. Because I think the glaze
Because if
would
there's-
mostly fill in the
the glaze
indents.
might mostly fill in the indents, but if there's any kind of edge on it at all, that's just glass. It turns into little rough patches turn into sharp bits of glass once they're glazed. Trust me, I've had things that I felt were borderline on my sculpts. But yeah, I don't think it shows up on cam very well because they are very, very small. I'm gonna try which way's up. There you are. Isn't that you can't even see that. No, you can't even see that
I see it.
on cam. But isn't that a lovely little laugh? It's a nice old typewriter type,
Yeah.
all lowercase typeset. Like I'm sure that the camera won't pick that up, but yeah, it's a very nice little typeface. Very old school typewriter. I quite like those. I mean, I almost assuredly will never ever use them, but
No.
yeah, you really can. It's a very small, and they're not deep either.
It's not gonna focus.
No, it's not going to focus. It can't focus that close. That lens doesn't have a focal length that short. You're not even.
Oh, it almost had it.
No, it didn't. Here, you're going to need to be at least. I think the closest that can focus is about 6 inches.
Douche.
What?
Yes, I just called the camera a douche.
Don't kill the messenger just because the camera doesn't have a macro lens on it.
It's getting it. It's just not.
It's not getting it.
It is though.
It isn't though.
You can kind of see it.
You can kind of see it. Here, let me have it. No, you can't manually. It doesn't. The method you use to focus it doesn't change the focal length.
There it is. There it is. That. Okay. Shut up.
If I focus it by hand, it has to work.
No, I figured I'd get it in as close as possible and then manually figure it out.
Ah. No, it's a
Aggression? Automods thinks you're being aggressive.
Automods thinks who's being aggressive?
Pain.
Pain.
Courier New York GTFO.
Oh.
Yes, you. Didn't like your GTFO. I'm gonna allow it because that's silly.
Yes.
Yes. How dare you have font preference? There, I allowed it.
What? A girl can't have hobbies? Come on now.
But yeah, I mean, that's so tiny. Do I want to do this? Right now? No, absolutely not.
I still don't think putting it under the handle is either necessary or really a good idea.
Okay, but then I have to figure out how to delineate and blah blah blah. You don't understand my art.
You are actually right when it comes to the photography stuff.
Did you just say photography?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay then.
Yeah, when it comes to the lettering stuff, not my
We'll
not
deal
my
with that
thing.
tomorrow. That's a tomorrow. Or the day after. It's not today.
The problem for future me.
Can I have the lid for the...
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey. It's got the
Yep.
typeface on it. So it's nice.
Yeah, I feel like they're just tiny.
Yeah, they're
tiny.
They're small. I wouldn't say tiny.
Okay, they're tiny for
They're
ceramics. Or the
They're
mugs.
going to be tinier when it shrinks too.
I know.
Oh, it's going to be adorable.
I'm aware.
Tiny letters.
Yeah.
Just adorable little letters. Come on.
I'm aware. I thought they could be nice if I was doing like little dishes, like
They're nice little. They are nice letters.
the tiny bowls, or maybe the
I'm a little disappointed that it wasn't
incense
a
holders.
more useful typeface.
Okay, well,
Like if they'd been
It was the
Comic
best.
Sans, that would have been.
no, they had oh, what is it? There's like an uppercase curly fucking
An uppercase
font.
curly font.
Yeah.
Are you are we getting into like the worst fonts
No,
or
I mean it's
what
not
they
like a
had?
papyrus one.
I was thinking papyrus.
I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
What is the hate for papyrus? Is it just an overused thing? Is it because Avatar was a bad movie?
No, it was bad before Avatar happened. It was hilarious that Avatar used it.
It was.
But yes, it's an overuse thing. Right here.
It's an overused thing.
Yeah.
It is a weird font to overuse. I will definitely say that. Like it feels to look at it, I would have said that's a very specific case font.
Which
like the number of times that you're going to see this, it's going to be minimal.
Yeah, but that's not the case.
No, it's not the case. But I would have thought for sure that this is a font that you will only want to use on your well, not really the signage, but maybe on a menu for your like discount Mediterranean restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
Yeah. Okay. So
it is 10 o'clock. So we've made some decent progress on the count. Looking countly. Sort of. Stuff that needs doing. Sure. The shape of the hair might be slightly wrong. We'll find it. Anyway. Oh, well that's good. Have a good night. Hopefully the electrician will solve your electrical problems.
Yes. All right. Night. We will see you on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Today's
It's Tuesday.
Night.